us way home. We've finished job in Povcall. I'm going to show you around the job now while we're on our way home back to Leeds. And I'd just like you to know that it's me and Jenny just on this job all the way through from start to finish. So that's just two of us that have built it. So we've come to the end of this one now. We're in Povcall in South Wales. This will be our last working away job for the foreseeable future. And the reason behind that is we've lost some team members. Some have left their own accord, some of others have left. A few various things have happened and all, and what we decided to do is concentrate on our own area and perfecting our products, which were pretty much there already. So I'm going to show you around this instead of trying to advertise it and sell my products, which we're in a fantastic position now because of YouTube and COVID and various things coming together. We don't actually advertise whatsoever. It's literally through social media and YouTube and that we actually sell our product. So it's not an advertisement, it's basically I'm going to walk you around, I'm going to explain absolutely everything to you if I can, if I don't forget. Jen will prompt me if I do. And that's it. So that's the reason why we won't be working away for the foreseeable future, but I'll never say never. And this, like I say, it's our last job away. Povcall has been absolutely fantastic. Jen will agree with me as well, won't you, Jen?
Yep.
It's fantastic. We've been bodyboarding on our lunch break. We've been horse riding on the beach. We've been sea fishing as well, and we've stayed in some nice accommodation throughout, haven't we? So that's that. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to walk you around. So the customer's got a concrete printed drive. Where we are, we didn't really want to get skip drops on the drive, so every time we've gone home on a weekend, we've took our rubbish with us. So that's that. The van's now full of rubbish and tools. Well, not so much rubbish. So basically, I'll start from here and we'll walk away around. His internet point is in the house there, so we've came out the house. We've dropped down into some conduit there, and in the customer's request we've run the conduit. It's a solid piece of conduit all through the Arco drain there. At the end of the day, it's an exterior grade Cat 6 cable, so whether it's on the wall getting wet in the rain or sat in the conduit which is not getting wet in the Arco drain, it's the same thing. So that runs across there. It then drops into the gravel trap there. Like I said, we didn't really want to cut into the drive if we had to. If we had to, then I'll show you where we have. So that's run down there. Behind the toilet here, we always get a toilet on site, but avoid using the customer's house. You're walking muck in and out. I mean, we're always offered it, but we prefer to get the toilets on site. And also we've got a lady working with us as well, so we need a bit of privacy for her. Right, so that runs round there. This track is the only track we cut in his concrete drive there. We've patched that back up and I'll show you what comes through there. That's the steel wide armoured. That's a 10mm and it runs all the way down there with the Cat 6. I'll just show you there. There's the steel wide armoured. It's run round there. It's dropped under the drive. So like I say, that's the only cut in the drive we made. That then is cleated all the way around and it goes into the house. It follows under there, under the render, and it drops into the house in there, and that's where the consumer unit is, just behind there. So that's there. You've got your Cat 6 and your 10mm steel wide armoured running round into your gravel pit. Jen?
Border.
Gravel border. So it runs round there. It comes up there because obviously we're avoiding cutting into the concrete drive. It's tacked across there, and it goes behind the fence, and then it goes straight across there and into the garden room. So that's the garden room. It's a 4m by 3m. It's got a bit of everything, and we've also finished with some composite decking. If Jen wants to come around here, I'll just show you the composite decking. Right, so what I'm doing and what I did, it wasn't me. We're going to fit this composite decking. It's got 150 coverage, I think it has, yeah, 150, and it's 24mm thick. You can see it's hollow in the side, inside there. It's composite decking. We've used it before. It's a good quality one. We built the frame yesterday and the day before, in between doing other bits of this garden room. So the thing with the composite decking is, obviously it's black. The timbers are green. You can see through the gaps, and you can see the green timbers. I don't particularly like that. So what we're doing now, we've just literally got some of this weed membrane. We've cut strips off. Jen has gone down and she stapled it to the joist. So when I fit the decking boards to the top of there, when you look down through the gap, you'll just see a black shadow gap, which is what we're aiming for. So what we're going to do, we're going to run it straight across the front of the door there. We've got the starter clips on there. So basically these starter clips, they screw down to the timber like that. And what happens then, the decking locks into there, and then you've got your groove. I'll show you the groove on a minute when we fix down. I mean, Jen can just swing around there, she'll see the groove now. So we've got a starter board there, not starter board, we've got a starter clip, so that clip will clip in there, it will hold. There's a bit of movement on that because obviously when the sun gets on this, it expands and it moves, so that'll allow it to slide backwards and forwards. And then there's a joining clip as well. If I cut this box open now, I'll show you. So obviously the beauty of the composite decking, it'll stay this colour forever, and you never have to treat it or anything like that. And it's a lot more non-slip than normal decking. So where did I put that start? There it is. So the start clip will go in there like that. That'll hold that side of the board. Then this clip goes in there like that. You can see that there. That screw will screw down then, and then your next board will clip into there, and so on. But like I said, that there will provide. Let's see if I can create it. Okay, because it's different level. That there will provide like a 5mm gap, and obviously you can see through the gap, and I don't want to see the joist. That's why Jen, that's why Jen's gone round and stapled all the membrane down like that, so that we can just see a black gap. We've decided against cutting the edge off and planing it, simply because of the fixing detail on it. We've got angles there. It's going to move, the gaps are going to open up, and it's not going to look so attractive. So we are going to revert back to this corner capping, which is this one. So that one sits on the corner there, which provides a nice detail. I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that and conceal the fixings. So what we're going to do is, we've already done one here, we've had a little dummy run on it. This is where his boards fell. We've put his riser on there, so his riser's clamped back at the bottom by this board and the starter clip. It's also screwed through there into the tread, into the riser of the following step. So that riser there is secure. So now that offcut there is the end of the step, and the nosing's going to sit on that. And what we want to conceal the fixings, because what we're going to use is some CT1 to fix this down, or the Everbuild EB25. Can you get that in, Jen? Yeah. They didn't have enough CT1 in clear, so we've got the Everbuild as well, and see how that goes. But apparently it's really good, and it'll stick really well as well. So what we want to do is conceal the screws like I have done there. So what I'm trying to do is fix it. Now I've got two choices here. I can fix straight down into the decking like that, which will go through that rib and sort of go into that rib there, which will provide an all right fix, but it's never going to be as good a fix as into timber. So what I'm going to do now is screw through at an angle, so the screw will go like that. Does that look, you can make sense out of that, Jen? Yeah? Yeah, so that's what's going to happen. But I'm going to use this little bit here so that I know that wherever I screw, it's going to be concealed. So obviously we've got our connector little TT screw bracket thing in there, whatever they're called. So we're going to push that back, make sure it's pushed back. I know we're good there now. If I screw through there and go at an angle, we will be concealed. So I'm just going to drill that nice and steady, because I've got these from Tool Station, and that's all they had, and I know the drill bit's pretty crap. But out of past experience, so I'm going to countersink that as well. I'm going to get my gyprock screw and drive it in at an angle, which also, when driving at an angle, it's going to pull that board in as well. So I'm not going to over tighten that. That's in, and I'm just going to check, and then that will be concealed when we stick that down on there. So a solid fixing all the way across to the top of the step. It will be all concealed by that, and I'll show you how we're going to stick that on as well. Like I say, we're going to use this CT1, which I've never used before, but it's got really good ratings, and we're also going to use this EB25, and we're going to hold it down with some tape. It's starting to rain typically, so I've got these duct tapes. I've got some Mammoth duct tape, which apparently is mega tape, really good, and American duct tape, which probably the best tape ever. So we'll see how that one goes as well. Right, Jen's been round again. She's put the what have you put on it, Jen? What's it called? Weed barrier. She's put the weed barrier down on top of that so that you can't see the black the timber through. And here's a little demonstration. Look there. I don't know if you can see that. So it's concealed. There's a clip there, if you can see the screw in the middle, and obviously the weed barrier covers the timber, which is what we're aiming for. We don't want to be looking down and seeing anything but black. Black shadow gap, black board. Obviously it started raining now, which isn't ideal. But what we're going to do, we've got the nosings on, we've got the treads on, so we obviously need to put the cappings on. But although apparently it does work underwater, I don't want to use the CT1 while it's wet, and it's not supposed to rain this afternoon. So we're going to carry on with this side. We'll board that little bit there. We're going to get the sides on. If she gets this angle, so if you stand there, Jen, you'll see, so the customer can walk up the path. This concrete path is already there. We've created this composite decking. We've infilled the side with cedar there to tie in with the building as well. The cedar is premium grade, Western red cedar. It comes from Canada. There's no knots in it. It's as good as you can get it. There's no better on the market, and that comes from Duffield Timber. Composite decking. This will last a lifetime as well as the building. We've put the dummy pillars on, which are a feature of ours. We've done this for a long time now. It's always requested. It really enhances the building. What we've done, we've carried the cedar through in one piece like that, so it marries straight through. If Jen can see that all right, yeah? If you watch my YouTube videos, you'll also see these corner profiles that we put on. If you don't put the corner profiles on, then what will happen, your building will start to move, as it will do. It's outside, it's timber. It'll move and it'll open, so that corner profile protects all that. While we're on the side, I will just show you the side as well. Again, it's not free. We do select most of the board. In fact, we select all the boards, don't we, Jen? We never put a rubbish board on. They're all premium grade boards, hand selected. A beautiful finish. Jen has took her time oiling this, and believe me, she has took her time and done the most fantastic job, haven't you, Jen? Haven't you, Jen? Yeah. She's camera shy. We've dropped a little bead up there, so that's a 30 by 18mm bead, and what that does there, you can see we've got a cedar soffit, so when the cedar goes up to the cedar soffit there, again, movement in the building, it's wood, it's outside, that conceals any gap that might appear or may not appear. Again, composite decking here. We've covered up a bit of land that was of no use to the customer whatsoever. We've infilled with gravel around the sides and the back. If Jen squeezes through here, we'll show you around the back. Again, we've got metal profile on the back. Everybody's using this now, this metal profile. I did explain the profile goes in and out, so sometimes you can't get the right angle corner, so we put a little detail on there. I just want to explain about this metal cladding on the back and how it marries up with the cedar. So what we do, we started the angle there, we started the metal rather there with that flat plate there, and the cedar's on plumb there as well, so we get this angle. It's a preformed angle that we get supplied, so that literally goes onto there like that. It then clamps the metal back. You can see the battens that are just behind there, so it'll clamp the metal back to the battens. We'll face fix that through there, and that will hold that metal round. So there's a full bead that we've just prepped up, so that'll go on like that. Like I say, it'll be face fixed at cedar there, and it'll clamp that metal over there. Now that's all good and well when you start on that profile there, but as you go along the building, of course, you get to the end and you can't fall on the flat. Well, sometimes you can, sometimes you're looking, sometimes you're not. And on this instance here, we've fallen on the raised profile just where it starts to go up. So I don't know if Jen can see what we've done. We've just run down a nice little bead with some angles on there, and I've fixed it to the face of the cedar. Let's have a look. And I've fixed it to the face of the cedar there. You can see that there, and that's face fixed through there, and then that again clamps the metal back. Don't know if you can see that, can you, Jen? So it's actually sat on the raised profile there, and it's clamping the metal back, and it's fixed to the cedar. So that's how you get over your metal when it joins your cedar. Again, with these preformed corners, we've done the same on the pillars as well. So there's two ways of doing this now. You can take your time, you can cut your cedar and make it all nice, but you're still going to have the long vertical angle cut on the cedar there, which in time will open. So again, the angle, it fits on there, it covers the joint, and you know it's never going to open again. So it looks lovely that does now. There's a little bit of work in the columns there, but if you're going to do these columns, what I'd do, I'd marry the board all the way through. You see we've followed the board all the way through, and it looks pretty seamless then as well. Architraves. Now, I know a lot of you started doing this because people used to mite them, but it's outside. They are going to open with all the best will in the world, so butt joint them like that, and even if they open a little bit, which they're not, because that's not going to shrink on its length there, that looks nice as well. If the beads, you can get longer beads, but we've not had them, so what we've done, we've just put a little detail there in the middle, so you can join that. You can see this other column here as well, again with the angles on as well. The cedar running through in the same colours. Same board all the way down. So if Jen just steps back now, we're just doing a decking here. We obviously haven't decked it, so I'm going to watch she don't fall. She's oiled this obviously, but as we put the beads on, because we did the columns yesterday and we've done the beads today, so what we've done, we've pre-oiled the beads before we've pinned them on, because otherwise it starts to flash. Okay, so that's your columns, that's your right angle, and that's how you join your cedar to your metal. Thank you. If Jen comes round the back now, I'll explain why I'm climbing up this ladder in a minute, but she will show you the back there. It's a metal cladding. We've riveted it. We've used colour-coded nuts as well. We've put a gutter and a downpipe on there as well. It's a one-piece rubber roof system. So the people that are building these, you're either using fiberglass, felt or rubber. Rubber, in my opinion, is probably the best and most aesthetically pleasing. But like I say, there's a reason why I'm going up here. This one has got a bit of everything. And there, it's got an AstroTurf roof on that. So Jen's just going to hold that ladder so I don't fall, which will be embarrassing and painful. So the P-trim grips the AstroTurf to the side of the building, and it just takes away that black expanse of the rubber, and also enhances the roof life as well, because I mean, they reckon the rubber is good for like 50 years, but look, you've got another layer of rubber and grass on top of this, so that's lovely. You can see the gutter there, and you can see the lovely Jen as well. Hello, Jen. Hello. So we've got 112mm half round gutter on there, so it all runs this way. It's dropping down the fall pipe. Jen's come up with a little beauty there. What we normally do is screw that there, but she's riveted the downpipe clips. You see that? All right, Jen. Looks absolutely fantastic, that. Another corner bead on there as well. You can see we've softened the edge. We took the corner off there. And I don't know if we can see there, but you can see the detail of that metal all the way along that soffit. It's absolutely flawless and looks fantastic, and that's going to last a lifetime there. There you go, Jen. Cheers. Right, so around the side, like I said, we've 20mm gravelled it all the way around. It was an old flower bed this once upon a time. An unused part of the garden, and now they've got this fantastic office in here. Garden room, whatever you want to call it, whatever your use is for it. So here we've got a letterbox window. It's 450 high, it's top hung, and it's 1,000 wide. So like I say, it's top hung, it opens like that. You can see there, Jen's finished the cedar lovely and tight to the bottom of there. We've architrived around there as well, and as always, we do the butt joint on the architrive, because it will open in the future if you miter it, without a shadow of a doubt, the butt joint won't. So, we've got an outside socket as well. I don't know if Jen can see that. Can you see it, Jen? Yep. IP rated, of course. There you go. It's got little blue lights as well, just make it extra special, I guess. It's got a stainless steel front cover on there as well, making it look a bit modern as well. Annoyingly now, because this gravel's gone down, it's got a dust on it, and we're going to want this dust back over the decking. But we'll give it a quick rinse off afterwards. Right, so cedar soffit. What we've done, we've put the soffit in cedar, we've ran it left to right, and we've dropped in some fire rated downlighters up there as well. Can you see them, Jen? Yep. Yeah, and we've got a security night lighter there as well, so when the customer walks out of the house, he'll trigger the PIR and he'll have light to his room. 3 metre bifold doors in anthracite grey, and as always, they've got one finger operation. There you go. Jen fit these. This is now is it your third set, Jen?
Second.
Second set?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I think it is. You did London and then you did Wales, didn't you? Yeah. This is Jen's second set of doors. Now, the reason why Jen's been able to fit these doors so well is because she's watched the guy on YouTube showing you how to fit them. And he does a fantastic job, I believe. So there you go, one finger operation. Absolutely glide like a dream. And the reason why the glide like a dream, because we've used a laser to put them in, haven't we, Jen? If you watch my other video, you'll see we put the architraves and the reveals on first, because the doors that originally came all slid this way, which were wrong. So they were sent back, and then we put in these ones that go the right way, and they're millimetre perfect, aren't they? Right, so here is the letterbox window, top hung, as I said. There you go, 450 by 1,000. We've got a consumer unit up there, which is wired to the house. It's certified and tested, as always. Can you see in there, Jen? We've got a 2 kilowatt heater in this building as well, which is more than substantial for this room. These rooms really hold the heat. The customer's going to paint this one himself, that's why we've left the lights hanging down from the ceiling for ease of painting. There's various sockets around the room. Some have got USB ports on them as well. We've also connected to the house's internet with the Cat6 cable that I showed you previously as well. We've dropped a modem in there, so if you've got a computer in here, you can hardwire it, or you can, what's the word I'm looking for, or wirelessly connect to the internet as well. There's a socket up there for the TV at the customer's request. There's also mattresses in this wall, so when he puts the TV bracket on there, he'll have plenty to fix to. Obviously that will be concealed by the TV then. So that's it basically. Oh, we've also put laminate floor down, obviously skirting an architrave, and it's fully plastered out as well, which is a lovely flawless finish, plastered by Tom, who does all our plastering. He's actually drove down to Wales to plaster this one.
Can I just say?
Yes.
I've been on my hands and knees wiping this, and normally when the jobs are finished, we take our boots off when we step into the rooms, but as you can see, Liam hasn't, and he's got marks on the floor.
So what's going to happen now, Jen's going to go have a smoke in the van. I'm going to get on my hands and knees and clean this floor quickly, because otherwise Jen will give me grief all the way back to Leeds, which is at least a 6-hour journey. So that's it. Like I say, it's not an advertisement, it's just a walk around of the quality of our rooms. If you want to build one of these rooms yourself, we've got a Facebook page. It's a local garden room self-build group. I'm also selling build packs, so what you do if you want one like this, 4x3, you buy your build pack off me. It gives you full instructions along with the videos on YouTube as well, and there'll be a full materials list of everything you need. You'll have very, very little wastage if you follow the build plan correctly, and this will last you a lifetime if you build it to our spec. So there's a lot of people doing these videos now and all. There's a lot of people sort of trying to follow suit, jumping on board, realising that we've what's the word I'm looking for? Realising that the way we're pushing these forward is the way to go. But there is also a lot of people that have never ever built a garden room in their life, and they're advertising garden rooms. So there's just a little bit of word of warning at the end for you. If you're thinking to get a garden room, I'm not suggesting you go with us. Just go with somebody who's reputable, get a reference, go see a job they've built as well. One of the giveaways on it is when you look at their profiles on Facebook or wherever, and they're saying they're building garden rooms, and they're all computer generated pictures. Now, you've got to watch out for it, because these people have never built garden rooms before. I've had 2 people email me very recently saying one's been left with no roof and they've never seen the builder come back again, and another one they've paid him a considerable amount of money, and all he's done is put the rods in the ground, and he's done one as well. So I don't want to see that to happen to anybody, because these will last you a lifetime, and a lot of people have bought these out of their life savings, or they took a loan out, or it's a considerable amount of money. So basically, show caution. What's the word I'm looking for now? Get a reference and go look at one they've built as well. Just don't go on computer images. And if it is a picture, a proper photograph, I have to see some more photographs, because chances are some of the photographs are mine. Okay, so thank you for watching. I appreciate all your feedback as always. YouTube's been absolutely fantastic. 70,000, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm just shy of 60,000 now. I'm going to give away a free DeWalt, and I'll post it. Do you know what? I'll post it anywhere in the world. Whoever wins it. What I'm going to do a video. I'll drop the video on YouTube, I'll put a link on Instagram, I'll put a link on Facebook as well, and you'll have to leave a comment. Jen will pick a random comment. We haven't decided what the comment's going to be about or anything like that, so it'll just be a random comment and she'll pick one, and you will get the DeWalt drill. But you have to subscribe, because I need to get to 70,000. I've got a goal to achieve, and I'm going to do it. Okay, thank you very much, and enjoy your day, and Wales, you've been fantastic.